Happy Friday, everybody! Okay, so I am not done with Far From the Madding Crowd, and there's no reason that I shouldn't be. I'm not really sure why I'm not done, except that I've just been spending way too much time watching videos on YouTube and watching Buffy the Vampire Slayer on Netflix to actually do anything productive. But I've had this last week off of school. I was like, I'm gonna get this book done, and there's no reason why I shouldn't have finished it. But anyway, it's not that long of a book, but whatever, I'm almost done with it. You will see the review for that next Friday. Mark my words, you will. But today I'm going to do sort of just a quick, I just wanted to kind of, I don't even know if this is really going to be a review, because I'm not going to, it is a review, but I'm not going to tell you too much about the plot summary, because I was doing a review for my beauty channel, that's why there's a swatch on the back of my hand. Stick more. Sorry. Okay. I just wanted to talk about a series that I really, really love. It is the Wheel of Time series by Robert Jordan, and this is the 5th book in the series. So I don't know why I chose this one to show you. This is just the first one that I grabbed off my shelf. I started reading the series. I read the first book when I was, I want to say 11 or 12. 13 maybe. My mother had all of the books. I started reading it and I loved it, and slowly I'm 24 now, so I just finished, of course, the 15th book. I think there's 15 books. The 15th book just came out in like January, so I have not read that one yet, but I've read up to then. And there are also some other prequels, a little shorter in between books that I have not read yet either. But so it's taken me a long time to read the series because, as you can see, that is a super, super thick book. And they're all like super, super complicated and involved, and there's so many different characters, and they switch around. And, you know, like for one chapter they're in one, like some of these books take place over like a few days because there's so many characters and there's so much going on that they switch around from place to place, and it's like, what's going on? And it just, I can't read this book and then go read the, you know, like this is the 5th one. I can't read the 5th one and then go read the 6th one and then go read the 7th one like all in a row. I have to take some time to like let my brain, you know, but I can't take too long either, because then when I go to read the next one, I won't remember what happened in the last one. But yeah, anyway, so the basic plot line of all of these books is it's a lot like the Lord of the Rings series. It reminds me a lot of them. It's a fantasy, definitely fantasy series. So in the first book, which is The Eye of the World, which is actually the one that I should have showed you, but anyway. So the first book, we have Rand, Mat, and Perrin, who are these three, I think they're like in their late teens, early 20s, I don't remember how, I think they're in their late teens, and they're like 19, 20, and they live in this little teensy-weensy field, in this mythical land, this teensy field, little teensy town, I'm sorry, they live in a town, very small town, and village, really. And one of them's a shepherd, one of them is training a blacksmith's apprentice, and one of them just, I don't know what he does exactly, he's kind of just a goof off, but, so there's just these normal, every time I start doing a video, he pops up there and starts chewing on his bones and being obnoxious. I do apologize. I can't help it. Anyway, so then they, sort of their world gets turned upside down, and they realize that the world is not the simple little village that they live in, that there is a bigger picture, there's a lot going on in the world. Basically, they find out that the Rand is the Dragon Reborn, which means in this world they have females called Aes Sedai, I think that's how you pronounce it, who have special powers, and they're like kind of like witches. They wield the one power is what they call it, and dog, stop it. But And men used to wield the One Power as well. But the male half of the One Power got, like, tainted by the Dark One, who's, like, the devil. So men who use the One Power now go crazy. So the female Aes Sedai, like, hunt them down and, like, kill them or whatever before they can go crazy. So anyway, Rand finds out that he can learn to wield the One Power and that he will probably go crazy and die. But that before he goes crazy and dies, he's to use the One Power to defeat the Dark One and save the world. Is basically the whole premise of this, you know, and obviously it's more complicated than that. There's more that happens. But it's basically just sort of the same kind of, you know, they go on this big long journey. They go all around this mythical land of wherever. I don't think there's a name for the land that they live in. But they go to all these different places, and he basically just has to save the world. And it's a really good series. It's really well written. It's exciting. It's interesting. It's just got a lot going on. If you like, you know, the Lord of the Rings series, you will like these. I've heard them compared as well to the Game of Thrones series, but I haven't read that yet. My sister keeps telling me I need to read it, but I haven't read that yet. One fantasy series at a time, right, people? And I actually am going to be, after I finish the series, I'm going to be rereading the Lord of the Rings series, because it was a long time ago that I read them. But anyway, so yeah, the first 12 or 13 books are exclusively by Robert Jordan, and then Robert Jordan got sick and he ended up passing away. And so the last 2 or 3 books, I can't remember how many books, are written by Brandon Sanderson. Brandon Sanderson. Oh my gosh, I don't remember his name. I'm gonna have to look that up and give you the correct information on that. But anyway, Robert Jordan, of course, you know, like all authors, especially with such a complicated series, he had very extensive notes and outlines of what he wanted to happen. So basically all Brandon had to do was go in there and just see what Robert had wanted to happen, and then, you know, finish it out. And I think he did a really good job. I know the last 2 books, the last book, it's 3 books, it's the last 3 books, because I've read 2 and then there's 1 left. And it's very difficult to tell that it's even a different writer. I mean, he did a really good job. It is a little, you know, you can tell little differences that maybe Robert Jordan wouldn't have said that exactly like that, but it's very similar. It's, you know, he did a really good job. So yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about. Like I said, you know, just really, and they're all like this long. It's ridiculous, and they take it takes a really long time, but it's just, I love this sort of it's so like descriptive, and you just kind of like lose yourself in this other fantasy world. And I really do, I've heard that I really think that it would make a great movie. Unfortunately, there's 15 books and they're all so crazy long that there would be no way that they'd be able to do that and, you know, do it justice, which is just kind of sad because I feel like it would make an awesome movie. But what I do think that they should do, and if anybody from, you know, any major network is watching this, pay attention. I think this would make a great like TV show or like miniseries if they started from the beginning and just went through, because then they could actually take the time to do it, to go over everything, and I think it would be fantastic. Just saying. But anyway, yeah, that's, if you like fantasy, you will probably love these, but be prepared to invest a good amount of your time in them. So that's all I wanted to say. Again, happy Friday, everybody. I'm sorry, my throat is getting all blech. I just woke up like an hour ago. So, yeah, enjoy your week and expect to see my review for Far From the Madding Crowd. Just be warned, it's kind of depressing. Why do all of these, like, classic, like, you know, literature books have to be so sad? God, where are you the happy endings and, you know, living happily ever after? It doesn't happen. I guess it's because, you know, it's real life. But anyway. Bye-bye, everybody. See you next Friday.